the weather's going to get better in the next few days with a pretty hot spell coming forward. If we look at a few cities then for Saturday and Sunday, it looks like we'll be seeing temperatures up around 21 to maybe 27 or 28 degrees down in London. But inevitably, I suppose, in this so-called summer, we are going to see a thundery breakdown once again as we go through the second half of the weekend. But that's some way off, of course, and we will keep you informed as to how things develop. Now, what we have at the moment is a fair amount of cloud coming across the country, but there is a clearance coming in from the Atlantic as well, so we should see rather more sunshine for the next 2 or 3 days. Across on the continent, we are seeing some storms gathering across the Alps, and it's pretty unsettled still up around Scandinavia as well. But with many places in the south seeing a good deal of hot sunshine, that's the place to be. Perhaps too hot for some, I must admit, but some really high temperatures down throughout the Mediterranean. Only up on the higher ground as you go through the Alps, for example, we're going to see more thunderstorms over the next 2 or 3 days. Well, back home, it's across Northern Ireland initially and through Scotland now where we've got the wettest of that weather, but all the while you can see it's moving northeastwards, so things will slowly ease in the next 6 or 7 hours. Now, further south, a few sprinkles of rain coming through on a freshening breeze, but even so, many places will stay dry, but pretty cloudy too. Now, that said, I can see here we've got a nice spell of sunshine across in East Anglia, and I've noticed the temperature's already reached 24, 25 degrees in some parts of East Anglia, so it's a pretty warm and rather humid day here. More typically 21 to 23 across many parts of the south. Further north under that rain, though, it is rather chillier at 17 or 18 degrees. But there will be an improvement coming in from the west later in the day. Parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland should see some drier, brighter weather coming through. Whereas in the south, although there'll be a fair amount of cloud, I think we should see a few glimpses of sun if you're very lucky. Well, that's the chart at the moment. We've got this system moving away northeastwards. A very weak system comes south then during tomorrow and disintegrates altogether before things gang up on us again from the Atlantic during the second part of the weekend in particular. So things will eventually change once again. A few sprinkles of drizzle then coming south tonight, but no more than that. But still some, light rain drizzle perhaps up in the far north of Scotland continuing into tomorrow as well. Another warm and close night across many parts of the south, 13 to 16 degrees here, but rather fresher further north perhaps, down to 10 to 13. That's Thursday's chart then. Always more cloud down through the Channel coast here with perhaps the odd spot of drizzle left in the morning. But elsewhere some brightness, some warm sunshine getting through, 21 to 23 degrees. But there will be a noticeably fresher northwesterly breeze developing during tomorrow. And still the odd patch of rain way up there across the far north of Scotland. Some very warm sunshine then gathering across many parts of the UK as we reach Friday. It's in the far western fringes though of Northern Ireland and the Western Isles of Scotland where it'll always be more cloudy with some speckles of rain, and that rain could pep up during the day on Saturday and start to make a little bit further progress in from the west. And 1 or 2 showers and storms perhaps gathering from the near continent, northern France, as we go through the second part of Saturday, more likely into Saturday evening and night, and then things begin to change during Sunday, but for many eastern parts it looks like being a pretty hot day. Bye-bye.